Dante Scala in the OTR Pop Quiz. Question 3. As you know, there is a lot of shared political history between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Do you know how many candidates from Massachusetts have won the New Hampshire primary, Republican and Democrat, just won the New Hampshire primary since 1952, and I'll give you, it's a multiple choice. Oh. Is it 2? Is it 4? Is it 6? Or is it 8?
Let's see, there was Kennedy, and there was Kerry, and there was Tsongas. What, 2, 4?
Kennedy, Kerry, Tsongas. You're doing for, is it 2, 4, 6, or 8?
I'm going to go with, and then Romney. I'm going to go with 4.
Oh, it was 6.
Oh.
Romney, Henry Cabot Lodge Jr., Kerry, Tsongas, Dukakis, and John F. Kennedy. Question 4. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan announced her support for Democrat Hillary Clinton last September. In fact, all but one New England governor has already endorsed a presidential candidate. Can you name the lone holdout in endorsing a presidential candidate among New England governors?
I think it would be the governor of Rhode Island.
It's the governor of Massachusetts. Charlie Baker hasn't picked anyone yet. And question 5. Okay, most New Hampshire voters will likely pay more attention to the Patriots today than they will to politics. Last September, Republican candidate Marco Rubio released a campaign video where he actually predicted the Super Bowl winner. And which team did Florida Senator Marco Rubio pick to win the Super Bowl?
I think he picked the Patriots.
He picked the Miami Dolphins.
Did he really?
My Super Bowl pick this year is the same one I've made for the last 40 years, the Miami Dolphins.
Super Bowl pick? Miami Dolphins? Okay, Senator Rubio.
Well, I have to say, the only 3 questions you missed all had to do with Massachusetts sort of history, so we'll give you a pass on that one. So Hillary Clinton, what's her problem in New Hampshire? She won at the last minute in 2008. And so she thought that she had this election under control until within the last couple of weeks. What is she doing wrong?
I don't know what she's doing wrong, but Sanders is doing something right, which is he is appealing to New Hampshire Democrats of all different kinds. I mean, he's appealing to upscale, progressive voters who live in college towns like Hanover, Dartmouth College, but he's also appealing to working-class, blue-collar Democrats with, say, a high school education but not a college education. And Clinton, I think, is having real problems with 2 groups in particular: younger voters, people under 35. So Bernie Sanders, who looks like everyone's grandpa from Vermont, is doing really well among those voters, but Clinton's also having problems with those blue-collar voters whom her husband and she herself have done very well with in previous primaries. You know, dating back to 1992, Bill Clinton did very well among those working-class Democrats. Those are the 2 groups she's having problems with right now.
If Hillary Clinton loses Iowa and loses New Hampshire, how long can she survive? Obviously, she'll move on, but must she win South Carolina, Nevada, the majority of Super Tuesday?
Well, if Sanders wins both, then the remaining question is, can he convince minority voters that he should be their candidate? In South Carolina and Nevada, you find plenty of African Americans, Hispanic voters. Those will be the key tests. But Clinton could last until June. The question is, she's got to start winning somewhere. And in South Carolina, Nevada, if she can't win there, then everything we thought about Sanders' inability to put together a coalition of voters, all those doubts go away, and Sanders becomes a contender.
Unbelievable. So this is going to be quite the election. Do you want to give us some predictions on Iowa and New Hampshire right now?
I think it's still... I think on the Republican side, I think Cruz still has a viable shot to take down Trump there. I think a key question for Trump is, does he have the organization to bring out the caucus vote? And 2, does it matter? Or is Trump just going to defy gravity like he has all year? That's a question. I think on the Iowa side, on the Democratic side, I still think Clinton has the edge there, and even though Sanders has the edge here in New Hampshire.
So you suspect that the Secretary will win one of the first 2? Yeah. Senator Sanders will win one of the first 2?
I think Sanders is certainly the clear favorite in New Hampshire right now. I wouldn't count out Clinton in New Hampshire, though.
And finally, for the Republicans, do you see a brokered convention possibly?
You know, the problem with the brokered convention, I don't know if there are any power brokers left in the Republican Party. It could be contested, but I don't know if there are any brokers who can actually make a settlement.
Dante, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Greatly appreciate your expertise and your time here on OTR. Our roundtable conversation when we come back on OTR.